All right, welcome into the Field of 68 2024 NBA Draft Prospect Profiles. I'm here with former NBA player Shelvin Mack, who does some stuff for CBS Sports Network. The profile is presented by Unified Healing, and it's time to look at one of my favorite players in the NBA draft this year, Stephon Castle, UConn freshman. He's got it all, man. Like, okay, I'm going to say it, and I've said it before. I'm probably on an island here. But I might take Stephon Castle with the #1 overall pick, Shelvin. Tell me why I'm crazy. Or maybe tell me why I'm not crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I love this kid's game. Being here in Atlanta, he's from Atlanta. I was able to see him in high school. I was able to do a lot of things. I get punished a little bit going to UConn. Everyone's not able to see his overall package. Then you can see that now when he's saying he wants to play point guard at the next level. He's not working out for any other teams. But dude's special. What I love most is as a freshman, he's able to come into a team that won a national championship and have the mindset to change and adapt his role to be able to fit in. You know, a lot of freshmen can't do that and are not willing to sacrifice. You know, he was willing to give up a lot. And ultimately, it came to a national championship. And I don't think his stock dropped that much. A lot of people question his shooting. But that's one of his biggest things, one of his biggest skill sets that he had all the way up through high school. So I'm not worried about that at all.
Were you surprised, before we get into his strengths and weaknesses and break down his game, were you surprised that he was as locked in to playing that role at UConn as a freshman? You know, fairly highly touted, not a top 10 player coming in, but like I think he was a top 25 to 50 player coming into UConn. And you talked to Dan Hurley about him. And he loved the kid because he never complained. He never, said, I need more touches, more shots because I want to get to the league. It was all about winning and embracing his role, which was really as a complimentary player for most of the year.
Yes, it's easy to do that when you win a national championship the year before. Either fit in or we can figure out something else. But him coming in, I know early in the season, as we were talking before with injuries, he had the meniscus or whatever was going on with his knee. Took a little time to adapt, but building a team, what Coach Hurley did, having great players around. Now you have Tristan Newton, Caravan, Clegan down low. It's easy to to fall in line when you have these guys who show up to work every single day and working hard. Now he's learning on how to be an elite college player, learning how to be a pro. And seeing that and doing is two different things. He was able to see it and actually do it and translate it throughout the season. Like, it's not too many freshmen coming in. It's like, all right, my role is to be the best defender on the team, and I see my name on the mock drafts, and I'm going top 10. Like, no one's doing that.
Yeah, were you surprised? Because that, to me, if you're looking at his biggest strengths, last year you would say his biggest strength came on the defensive end, right? I mean, he's big. He measured in at 6'5.5" without shoes, which helps him. I mean, he is a big physical guard who wanted to get out there and take the challenge of locking down their best perimeter player on the other team. Were you surprised? Was that his DNA at all coming out of high school, or were you shocked that he did that?
His DNA is just being a competitor. You want to lock in. I think Coach Hurley did a great job, as you mentioned before, talking about putting length on point guards. If I'm the point guard, he's guarding, picking me up 94 feet, it's going to be tough. And with him doing that and applying ball pressure with Clegan behind me, that's why they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. And he was able to buy into that. So I wasn't surprised about the competitive nature on that. I was more surprised about offensively, let's talk about it. Like the sacrifice you got to have. Like everyone puts up thousands of shots in the summer, not to go out there and only get 4. He understands the goal and was able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, he averaged about 11 points a game, almost 5 assists a game, almost 5 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game. He played 27 minutes. Like, he didn't shoot it great from 3, but he didn't get a ton of reps either. So I feel like it was kind of, he shot 27% from 3. He shot it well from the line. I don't think the shot is broken by any means. Start let's expand on the strengths before we get into the weakness, which probably is his perimeter shot more than anything else. What are his other strengths? To me, it's versatility. I think that's the thing that, to me, I'm watching him and I'm saying he can play both guard spots eventually. Now, is he a pure point? No, but I think he's got good court vision. I went to a practice in the preseason and he had the ball in his hands a lot because he was going against Tristan Newton. And I watched like the way he moved the ball, his decision making. It was impressive. You didn't see a ton of it at UConn because, again, Newton had the ball in his hands so much. But I thought, and again, is he a two guard? Well, he doesn't shoot it well enough today to be a two guard. But I think that area is going to get better, and it generally does if you work on your shot.
Definitely, I think he's a great secondary ball handler. And you need that in today's NBA game. You know, second side of the floor, the ball's going to be moving. I think he's able to get in the paint and create advantages like that. But as you mentioned, being just so versatile. Sometimes he could be your point forward. Sometimes you can have him, set cross screens for Cleveland and be able to create the mismatch. A lot of times he plays in the pocket. Just being 6'5", he can be the short roller and have him take advantage of playing 3-on-4, 4-on-3. His comparison when we talk about the secondary ball handling is I want to always think about Malcolm Brogdon. I think that's one of the players that he reminds me a lot. When he was in Milwaukee, wasn't necessarily truly the point guard. Then he went to the Pacers. That's kind of when he was able to play in the system, get up and down, 6'5", long. Not as he's more athletic than him, for sure. I'll definitely tell you that. But just being able to do a lot of different things on the court. That's my comparison for him and a Cal Anderson. Sacrifice for the team. I think a lot of times with the shooting is when you're playing with so many great players, if you miss, it's always I can get a better shot. As a freshman, I think that might kind of got to him a little bit. With that team, you can always say that no matter who shoots, whether it's Tristan Newton, got Cam Spencer over, hey, we can get a better shot. Clegan's down there posting up, hey, we can get a better shot. And it's tough having that kind of pressure, as a freshman when it comes to your shooting ability.
Whether you are a world-class athlete or a podcaster like me, we all understand the importance of mental and physical well-being and proper recovery for top-notch performance. After a 6-month season loaded with cross-country travel, I can promise you that proper recovery is a priority for me these days. That's why I'm excited that Unified Healing is sponsoring this episode of The Field of 68. Unified Healing is a new and super innovative global network of wellness centers powered by Energy Enhancement System, or the EE system. If you haven't heard of the EE system yet, you'll want to listen up. This technology promotes wellness, deep relaxation, purification, and rejuvenation. Whether you're here in New Jersey or at one of the hundreds of other locations across the globe, access to a center is easy and affordable. If you're interested in experiencing the EE system technology for yourself, go to unifiedhealing.com/unified68 to learn more and find a center near you. That's UNIFYD healing.com/UNIFYD, the number 6, the number 8. No material or testimonials on the Unified Healing website are intended to be viewed as medical advice or as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment, and before undertaking a new healthcare regimen, including the EE system.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like the good thing was he got open threes most of the time because, again, they're not worried about him. They want him shooting the three. And the same thing's going to be the case in the NBA, right? Nobody's guarding him in the NBA. He's going to get wide open looks from three when he comes in. He'll probably start out as a second unit guy. But could he be an elite defender? Like, I'm almost looking at like Drew Holiday, and I'm like, all right, like Drew Holiday is one of the few guys who can legitimately guard like 1 through 4. Like, people say it all the time. Even he'll guard a 5 at times. I mean, he does, right? Like, he'll guard Giannis at times.
I can see that a lot with Castle, especially if you watch his stance, his low center of gravity, his base. Drew Holiday has the same thing. His base is just solid, like you're not moving him. And, having the determination and willingness to do it. Like, he's done it before. You've seen it. And, as a guard, as you watch TV, you're like, oh, kind of worried about this guy. I want to get off the ball or have that. So I think he'd be able to come in and change games as defensively, getting a spark. Whatever the team needs, he's able to do it and sacrificing. I don't think people give him enough credit for the sacrifice he made to win a championship and then complain. I know Coach Hurley gives his parents a lot of love. Just the type of kid he is, household growing up in, and it shows up on the court.
What else? What else weakness-wise? 3-point shot. Maybe the fact that he doesn't do anything offensively elite right now. Would that be the other thing you look at with him? And like, he's an elite defender, and he could probably be that, maybe not elite defender right away in the NBA, but he can be a plus defender from the moment he walks in and understands, the system, whatever he's going to go into. But offensively, is that the biggest thing? Is when you put him out there, what are you getting from him right away?
I definitely would say so. NBA, it's not good to do everything well. You need to have one skill set that like stands out at a high level to be able to be on the floor consistently. I think he needs to figure that out, whether it's playmaking or putting a lot of pressure on the rim. He has to figure that out. I think he's gonna get a lot of chances, being a high lottery pick, and just continue to work on that. But as a player, as a coach, you throw him out there, you just don't know. And hopefully over time he's able to show that. I think Summer League is going to be very big for him, especially wanting to play the point guard and be able to, to build that momentum and trust with the coaching staff.
Yeah, it's going to be really important where he gets drafted. I think with the coach, right, with the coach and the system and the other players, I think it's going to be really important for him. And even the point guard, right? Like, you want to play the point. Well, you want to, like, if you go to a place with a point, a Mike Conley type, like, that would help a kid like Castle immensely to learn from a really good veteran who knows how to play that point guard position.
Yes, I definitely agree. The problem is there's not too many veteran good point guards on the teams early in.
No, there aren't many Mike Conleys.
No, that's a special guy.
I know.
But fit. I tell kids all the time, like, going through the draft process is not where you drafted at. It's like the fit. Making sure you have everybody around you who's going to support you and put you in position to be successful. And playing the point guard is tough. It's only about 4 or 5 spots that need a starting caliber point guard.
Yeah. No, he's going to have to come in and be able to play both spots. I mean, he's going to have to start. And again, a lot of it's going to be coming in, off the bench and being able to defend at a high level. And whatever he gives him on the offensive end the first couple of years is probably going to be a bonus. That's not going to be the expectation for him coming into the league. But can he grow into that, Shelvin, where Castle becomes a guy? Like, what do you see as his ceiling and floor in the NBA?
So ceiling, I've just seen him be able to knock down a lot of jump shots over the year in high school. So I see a lot of Eric Gordon with his frame, but he's built differently defensively. I love Eric, but Eric wasn't picking up full court turning guys. So I see that with his frame, and I think he's able to get downhill, get to the free throw line. Give him the ball enough, he'll be able to figure it out. He's one of those type players. That's kind of where I see him at. And on a championship level team, I think he could be like your 4th, 5th best player.
A good piece.
Yes, a very good piece. Quality, and like I said, he's won. Like, winning a national championship is hard.
I like your Brogdon comparison in a lot of ways. Again, they're totally different in their physical, like, abilities. But, like, what they can do, I like him a lot because, again, Brogdon was that combo guard. He was that combo guard. Now, Malcolm could really shoot it when he was healthy. That'll be the area that differentiates. For me, if Castle's going to be, a guy on a team, and I don't mean like an NBA all-star necessarily, maybe he can be, but like, if he's going to be an offensive option, he's got to be able to knock down the 3 in the high 30s.
I would definitely agree. He has the body type of like a Desmond Bain. And I don't see some Dylan Brooks in him. He's not as wild with Dylan as Dylan is with the ball, but the tenacity he has on the defensive end, the competitiveness, and make the right plays. As much flack people give Dylan Brooks, he's always making the right plays on the offensive end. Sometimes get trigger happy, but that's just the competitive nature coming out. I see all of that.
So this draft is not great. We know that. And that's why I'm saying like Castle maybe is number one in the equation. And we started with this, like, am I crazy? I just think you know what you're going to get out of Castle on the defensive end. And the upside is there in the offensive end. I feel like he's going to become a better shooter because I think he's going to work his butt off in the gym. And generally that's the one skill that they say, like, if you're in the gym enough, like, it's hard to get your handle that much better. You either have the instincts to be a point guard or you don't. That generally is going to be hard to get. But you can make your shot. You can go from a high 20s to a high 30s three-point shooter if you're in the gym enough, can't you?
I definitely agree. 10,000 hours. Your biggest strength is just putting in reps. You have the mentality, the mindset. You see it going in over again. It gives you a lot whenever you just able to focus. So a lot of times in NBA, I think it's a big thing for a lot of players is we have vitamins. So every day, 20 to 30 minutes before practice, you're able to go in and work on one skill set. In college, a lot of times this is working out, doing a whole bunch of different drills. So I know every day before practice, you're gonna have 30 minutes of just shooting. And over time, it adds up, and you're going to be able to see his percentages go up and up and up again.
All right, there you have it. The breakdown from Shelvin Mack, former NBA point guard, breaking down the game of one Stephon Castle, UConn freshman, here on the Field of 68 2024 NBA Draft Prospect Profiles presented by Unified Healing. Make sure you check out Field of 68 YouTube channel for all the breakdowns on all the top NBA prospects leading up to the NBA draft this year.